Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I finally watched a film that is regarded by many critics and audiences alike to be the best Stanley Kubrick film ever made. Let's see if the reviews are accurate. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing Full Metal Jacket, a creative take of the Vietnam War that follows smart Alec Private Davis, played by Matthew Modine, who was quickly christened Joker by his foul-mouthed drill sergeant, played by the late voice of Sarge from Toy Story himself, although this movie came out first, R. Lee Ermey, may he rest in peace, and pudgy Private Lawrence, played by Vincent D'Onofrio, nicknamed Gomer Pyle as they endure the rigors of basic training. Though Pyle takes a frightening detour, Joker graduates to the Marine Corps and is sent to Vietnam as a journalist, covering and eventually participating in the bloody Battle of Hue. Now, first off, being that this is a movie that relies only on natural lighting and real-life sets and locations, in terms of the film's camera work and cinematography, for a movie that came out in 1987, it looks amazing. In fact, some of the gory violence in this movie are practical. Like, I'm assuming that they use chunks of goo and red food coloring to create this illusion that they are really getting horrifically wasted on screen. But if that's the case, then the filmmakers over at Warner Brothers did a fantastic job. Even with the way the camera's positioning to film a certain shot where, spoiler alert, a person commits suicide in a bathroom. It gets really gruesome, but in a way that makes it look real, which is important for a movie like this. And when it comes to the direction coaching from the late Stanley Kubrick, especially when the dramatic tension and the character development comes into play, the way the actors play out a certain situation where the Marines are getting pushed too hard, where they are pretty much either murderous or suicidal, causing them to have a severe mental breakdown, it gets really surreal. Like that scene where Vincent D'Onofrio's character shoots R. Lee Ermey's character in the chest and shoots himself because of what he just did. That was a shocking scene. I was on the edge of my seat wondering what was going on in his head. Like when he first had that evil looking smirk on his face and the way he was talking, my brain switched to survival mode and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And when he starts to go crazy and says all the instructions that R. Lee Ermey's character said to him, out of mental anguish, mind you, waking both him and the entire Marine Corps in the middle of the night, I was like, okay, I think he has lost his damn mind. And that was the moment where he shot the drill sergeant and blew himself away afterwards. Keep this in mind, this is not for the kids to watch at all. This has a lot of gory violence, sexual references, and strong profanity throughout the whole film. But the way Stanley Kubrick executed the film's story and plotline, I thought was phenomenal. Even when it comes to the film's use of action sequences, the way that Stanley Kubrick incorporates his use of action set pieces in this movie, the action felt more strategic and realistic, rather than being overblown with the actors jumping off of stuff and flying high in the sky or whatnot. And those can be entertaining to watch too, if you have the scriptwriter for it, that is. No, the way this movie shows the action, it shows these brave soldiers fighting on the ground and risking their lives to win the battle without any CGI or green screen effects. No, the actors are there on the actual battlefield. The fire, the smoke, the blood splatter effects, the gunfire, the destroyed buildings, and piles of concrete, stone, and debris. They're all real. Now, the blood splatter effect is obviously fake, so the actors didn't really get shot on screen. But like I said before, even though if it is fake, they still made the blood splatter effects realistic enough to trick the naked eye into thinking, oh crap, these guys are not gonna make it. That goes to show you that great effects go a long way. Now, the only thing that I had a problem with in this movie is that the pacing could have been picked up just a teensy bit faster. Some of the scenes felt like it took a while for the film to pick up the pace just a little bit. But other than that, guys, in the end, I agree with the mass population about Full Metal Jacket. It is a work of art. The practical effects were realistic, the camera work was handled really well, the acting was on point, the characters were memorable, and the story was intense. In short, in the best way possible, that was a rough experience. And I cannot wait to see what other Stanley Kubrick films he has made sooner down the line. But in the meantime, as a result for this film, I rate Full Metal Jacket a 4.5 stars out of 5. The only thing I had a problem with was the film's pacing. But overall, a great film from start to finish. I highly recommend it. So Full Metal Jacket, have you seen it? If you haven't, please do. It's one of those films that people talk about all the time. So make sure you check it out once you have the chance. But for those of you who have, come back and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on my Instagram page and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to. I understand. But if there's a rare chance that you are interested in doing so, there's a little join button down below the video, just right next to the subscribe button. Or if you guys are watching it on an Apple device, be it iPad, iPhone, whatever it is you're using, there's a link in the description so that way you can check it out that way. But either way, if you click on the link in the description or the button below, not only will you join my YouTube membership program, but you'll have access to custom-made loyalty badges, custom-made emojis that I created for myself, and a special shout out from yours truly. So if you guys want to be mentioned in the video, just make sure you click on the link in the description or the little join button down below and become a member. It doesn't cost you much. It only costs about $2.99 a month to join. So make sure you click on the link or the button below and become an OG Cinedroid in no time. Also, I set up a Patreon page for you guys to check out as well. There'll be a link in the description so that way you can visit my page and gain access to up to 4 membership tiers. On my page, I post reviews a week early before you get to see them posted on this channel. I'm also planning to do nerdy pop culture fan polls, book audio reviews, and full-length movie and TV show episode reactions, audio and visual on my page as well, uncut and full length. So if that's your cup of tea, if you guys are interested, go to the link below, become a patron, and let's get to know each other a bit more. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card at the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. Also, if you want to check out my regular channel, there's a link in the description so that way you can check out that channel as well. Show it some love. It really helps out a lot. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.